friends, welcome to Power Electronics lecture series. Today we will see the marking scheme of the subject as well as the how many practicals are there, how many chapters are there, and what are the course outcome of this subject. Okay, let us see the what are the marking scheme of theory and practical for this marking scheme for the subject. Okay, the subject code is 22-326 and this is the subject for electrical second year students, so it is EE3R. the program is EE3R. Now what is the marking scheme for theory? Okay, now it is the theory marking scheme is divided into two parts. It is ESE and PA, where ESE is called as end semester examination. Okay, end semester
examination,
and PA is called as progressive assessment. The end semester examination is further divided into maximum and minimum number of marks, and PA also divided into maximum and minimum number of marks. The end semester examination, the maximum number of marks is 70, and out of that the minimum marks required to pass out is 28. For the progressive assessment, the maximum number of marks is 30, and for this there is no requirement to clear the maximum number of marks. So 0 is the minimum marks for PA, and the total theory is addition of the last theory paper, means the theory exam paper is of 70 marks and the unit test marks is of 30 marks. So total 70 plus 30, the total maximum number of marks are 100, and the minimum marks required to pass the theory examination is 40 marks. Okay, the same marking scheme is applied for the practical paper. For practical, the ESE, the maximum number of mark is 25. The hash sign indicates this subject has oral, or it is called as external exam for this subject, and minimum number of marks is 10. For practical, for PA, maximum number of marks is 25, minimum number of marks is 10. So the total practical examination is 25 plus 25. The total maximum number of marks for practical is 50, and minimum number of marks to be scored in practical is 20 marks. So the theory paper is of 100 marks, the practical paper is of 50 marks. For theory paper, for passing out the subject, 40 marks are required, and to pass the practical examination 20 marks are required. Okay, so this is what theory and practical marking scheme. Now let us see how many units are there in this subject. So in this subject we are having total 5 units or 5 chapters, and the marks allotted for that particular chapter. First chapter is power electronic devices, for that 6 marks are allotted. Second chapter is thyristor family devices, for this 70 marks are allotted. Third chapter is turn on and turn off methods, it is of 14 marks. Fourth chapter is phase controlled rectifier, it is of 18 marks. And fifth chapter is industrial control circuit, it is of 15 marks. So the total number of marks for this is 70. For the fundamentals of power electronics, the total number of practicals are 18, out of which 10 are compulsory, or 10 are most important. Now in first chapter we are dealing with the various power electronic devices, such as in first chapter we are dealing with the power electronic devices such as power BJT, power MOSFET, what is called as IGBT, and silicon SCT. Second chapter deals with the SCR, LASCR, BJT, then GTO and other thyristor family devices. To turn on particular SCR, we are having different turn on methods, and to turn off the particular SCR, we are having different turn off methods. So the details of turn on and turn off methods are included in third chapter. The application means with the help of SCR we can build the rectifiers, those are called as phase control rectifiers. So what are different types of phase control rectifiers, that should be covered in fourth chapter. And what are different application of the devices which we had seen from first chapter to fourth chapter, the application oriented points or the different temperature controller, burglar's alarm, or the fan speed controller. All the points we will cover in industrial control circuit. So fifth chapter is related to application of this total four chapters. Okay, now let us see what are different course outcomes. Okay, in order to have the brief idea of this subject, some course outcomes are provided with this subject. So total we are having 5 different course outcome. Those are particularly related to total 5 chapters. So first CO is select power electronic devices for specific application. The second PO is maintain the performance of the thyristor. The third chapter, troubleshoot the turn on and turn off methods of thyristor. The fourth course outcome is maintain phase control rectifiers, and the fifth one is to maintain industrial control circuit. Okay, so thank you for today's session. In the next lecture we will start with the first chapter, that is power electronic devices. The details of first chapter, it is power electronic devices. Thank you for watching this video.